History playing out in Lower Manhattan. The criminal trial of former President Trump is officially underway. Jury selection began today in this trial related to hush money payments to the adult film star Stormy Daniels.
Trump is accused of falsifying business records to cover up payments during the 2016 presidential campaign. He faces 34 felony charges and up to 4 years in prison.
We have team coverage for you. Dave Carlin standing by at the heightened security and disruptions to the traffic over the next several weeks of this case. But we begin with CBS 2's Alice Gaynor, who's been inside the courtroom all day, live now with the details. Alice.
Jury selection began around 2:30 this afternoon. It's expected to last at least several days, possibly a week, possibly even 2 weeks. They're picking 12 jurors along with some alternates. The very first thing the judge asked the first batch of 96 prospective jurors was whether they felt they could not serve because they could not be fair or impartial. After that question, more than 50 were dismissed. Former President Donald Trump waved as he walked out of Trump Tower in Midtown this morning to head downtown to Manhattan Criminal Court, where he will be known as the defendant. At 100 Center Street, supporters and demonstrators were gathered outside.
Nothing like this has ever happened before. There's never been anything like it.
Prior to bringing in prospective jurors, Judge Juan Merchan and attorneys went over other matters. Judge Merchan said he would not recuse himself after the defense filed a motion. He also denied the prosecution's request to play the Access Hollywood tape, and during which Trump is caught on a hot mic talking about grabbing women, saying, quote, "I don't want jurors to hear Mr. Trump's voice. To play the tape is so prejudicial." But prosecutors will be able to bring up what he said. Prosecutors also said they would provide evidence that David Pecker, then CEO of American Media Inc., or AMI, conspired with Trump's then lawyer and fixer Michael Cohen and an exec at the National Enquirer to suppress damaging stories about Trump, but publish negative ones about his opponents before the 2016 presidential election. Prosecutors say they will also introduce evidence about Karen McDougal, the former Playboy model, who claims she had an affair with Trump while his wife Melania was pregnant. They allege Trump helped AMI secure the rights to her story because it would be damaging to his campaign. The judge is allowing it, but prosecutors cannot bring up that the defendant's wife was pregnant at the time of the alleged affair. Hundreds of prospective jurors were brought in. Judge Juan Merchan explained to them the allegations are, in substance, that Donald Trump falsified business records to conceal an agreement with others to unlawfully influence the 2016 presidential election. Trump is accused of characterizing payments made to Cohen as legal services when prosecutors allege they were actually meant to reimburse Cohen for money he paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels to hide an alleged affair. Prospective jurors were asked about 42 questions ranging from what's your job, hobbies, and educational background, to which news outlets listed do you read or watch, and have you been a supporter or belong to the QAnon movement or Proud Boys, among other organizations. There is a limited gag order in the case. Prosecutors want Mr. Trump held in contempt for social media posts he's made about witnesses in the case. The judge scheduled a hearing for that matter next Tuesday morning at 9:30. For now, we are live outside of Manhattan Criminal Court. Alice Gaynor, CBS 2 News.
Alice, thank you. And the jury in the trial will remain anonymous. Court personnel and lawyers from both sides have said they expect the trial to last between 6 and 8 weeks.